Alright, testing, testing. Am I good? I'm a little laggier than normal, but hey, that's that's better than normal. Or that's better than I was expecting. Alright. Oh, I might want to... Yeah, I might want to just turn down the volume on the game a little. Okay, enough with my troubleshooting. Hello everyone. It is me, Simon Wesley again. And yeah, it's been way too long since I've actually done a proper stream. Almost a month at this point. Yeah, almost a month at this point. And yeah, almost a month at this point. And a month before that. This is not how I really wanted to start the year. This year of streaming off, but yeah, yeah, life just got really, really busy. Like really busy. I was actually intending on streaming more earlier this month, but yeah, earlier this month was really rough. But I'm not gonna get. I don't want to get into that. Let's go back to Tsukihime. Oh, and yeah, tomorrow we will be playing some FTL. Because I like that game, even though I am absolutely awful at it. Actually, before that, let's see if we can turn the gain on my mic up a little. Whoa, okay. Ah, crap, hang on. Okay, I just realized that there's going to be a lot more background noise than usual. Sorry for the jank. Sorry for the jank setup. I am currently running off my laptop because my computer mouse is broken, and I haven't had the chance to go and grab a new one yet. So I might be a little quieter. Of course, I could also just turn that off, reduce some of the background noise. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I don't even know what is going on. Oh wait, man, I hate that the first part of the stream is just me. What even is... Okay, I don't even, like, understand... Okay, darn it. Okay, I just realized what it was. It's the fans on my PC. It's the fans on this thing, like going into overdrive. Oh. Actually, oh. I hope all of you enjoyed the title theme to this game. Okay, so okay, so okay, so yeah, there'll still be some background noise, but it won't be anywhere near as bad for a bit. If I get big, I'll probably rival Amelie's title of Scuff. The estate was our playground back then. A forest as deep and vast as the ocean. A house that looked more like a castle. Each day, a new adventure would unfold in our kingdom. There was always so much to explore. Every day was fun. We had no idea that we'd ever grow up. Doing the same things day in and day out, but never getting bored. We were just children, playing and yelling like puppies. We got along well. We were regular partners in crime. Akia was always there when I looked for her. I would wave at her, and she'd get all embarrassed and hide. Yeah, same as always. The estate was our playground back then. Forest as deep and vast as the ocean. A house that looked more like a castle. Each day a new adventure would unfold in our closed little world. There was so much to explore. I wake from a peaceful slumber. You can't hear it on your end, or you can't hear it on your end, but there are birds chirping. Because for some reason it barely, yeah, it actually barely, OBS even, like, barely even detects it. Morning light pulled me from my deep sleep. My dream. I feel like I dreamed of something from a long time ago. Those horrendous things assault my vision when I open my eyes. My head feels like it's going to split open at the temples. It's a clear day. The sun bathes the garden in such a vivid light that I can even spot it from my bedroom. Rays of achingly bright sunlight illuminate every nook and cranny of my surroundings. My glasses. I try to extend my hand to take them from beside my pillow, but notice something strange. There's no sensation in my arms or legs. I can clearly think of what I want them to do, but the signal doesn't seem to reach. It's like I've got locked-in syndrome. I suffer the time in silence, unable to even close my eyelids. The sunlight begins to soften. Feeling returns to my arms and legs. Taking a deep breath, I finally managed to get my glasses to seal away that sight. Sleep paralysis. Exhaling, I free myself from the bed's confines at last. That was nothing of note. It happened all the time during my stay in the hospital. Whenever I was exhausted, my vision would go blurry, my limbs would become paralyzed, my appetite would totally disappear too. This is just what happens if I spend too much time looking at things with my naked eyes.
けど、今のは
I think I could see them more clearly than I used to. The lines on buildings have always seemed thin to me. It's rare for them to be that distinct. What was once just a lingering headache now feels like I took a bullet to the brain. I remember what Master once told me. She said my eyes could end up attracting unpleasant things. Arcueid also said not to use my eyes too much, that doing so would destroy my mind. This is what I get for involving myself with vampires. Not only do I have to face danger when I fight them, but now I've invited danger into my everyday life. Though there's no use dwelling on it. I knew this was going to happen when I decided to help Arcueid.
そうだよな。これぐらいどうってことない。
Sitting around and doing nothing wouldn't be productive anyway. There's no stopping until Soya is free of vampires. I'm only helping her because I want to protect Akia and the other people I care about.
よし。
Yeah, and totally not because you've got a massive crush on her. I quickly get out of bed, trying to clear my head of any unpleasant thoughts. I should get changed and thank Hisui for last.
あれ?
Come to think of it, Hisui isn't here. It's a little after 7. Hisui would usually be here to wake me up.
したのかな、翡翠。
But my theory is swiftly rebuked when I notice there's a change of clothes prepared on my desk. Maybe she had something more important to do. Sorry. Had that. Sorry, I just popped one of my knuckles. There's not much time to spare, so I'll just get into my uniform and head downstairs. I really like how the backgrounds look in not just this, but also in Mahoyo. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I forgot what happened last chapter. Memories of yesterday's events hit me the moment I opened the door. Sometimes I amaze even myself. The fact that I managed to forget all about something as disastrous as yesterday has me genuinely concerned for my own well-being. Yeah, Shiki, you are being kind of an idiot. Though worries about my mental health can wait until after surviving what comes next. Oh, hey, show. Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, like the past month or so, or like the past few weeks have just been incredibly busy, and I've not been in a position to really stream. But hey, things have slowed down, and I'm gonna try to get back on the grind. I stand there at the open door, frozen like a sculpture and unable to venture inside. Meanwhile, in the parlor... Yeah, let me, is this better? I turned the gain down a little. Alright. Aki is seated on the sofa, just like she was last night. Also, just as like a reminder for what happened last chapter, Arcueid decided that the best thing to do would be to pay Shiki a visit at the mansion. And Akia was not best pleased by it. Especially since, if I remember correctly, Arcueid also just called herself Shiki's girlfriend. Kohaku's standing behind her as usual. Up until now, Aki has always greeted me with a "Good morning, Shiki." But today she won't even look in my direction. Needless to say, this is all because I left last night without explaining anything about Arcueid. It almost looks like she's just lounging, but animosity is radiating from her every pore. You could cut the tension with a knife. Thank you for breaking the tension, Kohaku. Your brightness is always appreciated. Guess Kohaku doesn't have to worry about any of this. Yeah, because she's not the one who's about to get... She's not the one about to get beaten within an inch of their life.
おはよう、琥珀さん。お茶はまた落ち着いた時に。
I return Kohaku's greeting and enter the parlor properly. Akiya side-eyes me as I timidly cross the room. Can't let myself cave to her silent intimidation. It's times like these when a person's resourcefulness is truly put to the test. I should. Greet her with plenty of cheer? Just say hi already? Apologize immediately, Shiki. Shiki, apologize immediately. Doubt I'm going to talk. Doubt I'm going to be able to talk my way out of this one. Anything I say is likely to just pour gasoline on the fire. My only option is to apologize as quickly and sincerely as I can. Better to say sorry before she could start grilling me.
昨夜のことだけど、あれは。
兄さん、一つだけ忠告してよろしいですか?
But before I can apologize, Akiya cuts me off, her voice cold enough to send shivers up my spine.
兄さんは遠野家の長男なんですから、いたずらに謝罪の言葉を口になさらないように。謝るということは、自分が悪いと認めることです。その場合、遠野家の長男に相応の罰則を与えなくてはいけなくなるでしょう。
Force her? More like allow her. Just look at that wicked smile on her face. If I can't apologize, then all that's left for me left is for me to perish. Time to get out before she kills me.
すまない、アキハ。遠野家の長男として朝食を取りに食堂に行きたいんだけど、いいかな。
I need to retreat.
兄さん。
My feet stop dead in their tracks at Akiya's glacial tone.
食事の前に話があります。どうぞ、ソファーに座ってください。
Yeah, Shiki's dead. Pour one out for him. Her tone makes it apparent that resistance is futile. I've dug my own grave, and I do believe this may be my last day on Earth. Now that flight is off the table, my only option is to fight.
わかった。できる限り手短に頼む。
Yeah, it was good knowing it. I quietly sit down on the sofa across from Akiya. Kohaku prepares a cup of tea for me as I do. She's giving off a positive vibe that helps cheer me on just a tad. Of course, Akiya may be the head of the family, but she's still my little sister. I don't think this'll be totally one-sided. I take a sip of my tea and meet Akiya's gaze.
それで、どんな話？
昨夜の女性と
What the?
成功なされたのですか?
I'm sorry. What? Oh my gosh. I don't know what she's on. I mean, to be entirely fair, that's not the like most out there interpretation of when you're in Akiya's position. But still, I didn't expect her to be just that direct about it. She just came out swinging, didn't she? Oh my gosh. Yeesh, I'm lucky I didn't burn myself. Akiya's first pitch was an unbelievable fastball. I thought I was going to choke on my tea for a second.
兄さん、私の話を聞いてます?
聞いてるよ。よく聞こえてる。
それでは答えてください。昨夜の女性について、できる限り正確に、嘘偽りなく、私を決して怒らせない範囲で、詳しく。
No, that wasn't just a fastball. That was like having a cannon fired at you.
その条件だと何も口にすることができない。
I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad that I wasn't drinking. I'm glad that I wasn't drinking from like my water when I read that.
私を怒らせないでと忠告したはずですが。
Wait, so that was a warning?
無理難題な匂いがプンプンしてきたな。
なんです？声が小さくて聞こえません。もっとはっきりおっしゃってください。一体あの女の方は兄さんにとってどのような方なんですか？
Okay, Shiki. The easiest way out of this if you want to lie is to just say that she's a friend who does... is to just say she's a friend from... or she's a friend that likes getting a rise out of people. And that a lot of what she said last night was done specifically because she enjoyed annoying people. That's if you want to lie. You could also just try telling the truth. But I think Akia would react poorly in either situation.
どうと言われても協力関係というか友達のようなものというか。
夜中に出かけるほどのご友人なんですね。ええ、私だって兄さんが将来どなたと関係を持とうと意見する気はありませんけど、兄さんはまだ学生でしょ。遠野家の長男がどこのものともわからない女性と夜な夜な相引きをしているだなんて、そんな恥知らずなことは慎むべきではないでしょうか。
So that's what my relationship with Arcueid looks like to her.
待てアキハ、まず初めに言っておくと俺とあいつはそういう関係じゃない。俺はあいつの探し物に手を貸してるだけで、用が済んでしまえばもう二度と会わない関係なんだよ。
その割には随分と親しそうでしたけど、それは私の気のせいだと言うんですね、兄さんは。
I'm not lying anything. I'm outright stating it.
あの方とはあくまで一時的な損得だけの関係だと。
I have a feeling that, depending on how Shiki answers this, Akia will almost immediately turn it around on him. Akia's gaze is ice cold. All I'd have to do is say yes, and that would be the end of this conversation. But something is holding me back. It's true that we're both getting something out of our partnership, but I also don't want to admit that's all there is to it.
それは親しくはないけど損得だけで手を貸してるわけじゃないというか。
でしょうね。今まで見たこともないほどの慌てようでしたから。何事も真剣になってくれない兄さんが感情をあらわにするなんて、どういう風の吹き回しかと疑ったほどです。
そこまで慌ててないし薄情でもない。あいつがうちに来るなんて思ってもいなかったから驚いただけだ。
そうですか。あの女の方は落ち着いた様子で兄さんのことをずっと待っていましたけど。
She gives me a sidelong glance, obviously trying to imply something. It looks like Akia is fully convinced that Arcueid and I are dating.
あのなアキハ、勘違いもそこまでにしてくれ。そもそも俺とあいつが知り合ったのは。
Yeah, Shiki, I don't think you could just come out and tell Akia that you that you met Arcueid like the day after you brutally murdered her. Because I killed her. I saw myself before the truth slips out. There's no reason for Akia to know, and it's not like she'd believe me anyway. Though I also can't think of another explanation. All I can manage is some half-hearted mumbling.
答えられないのでしたら質問を変えましょうか。先ほどから兄さんはあいつあいつと繰り返していますが、あの女性のお名前は？
名前はアルクエイドだけど。
そうですか。ということはお知り合いになったのは学校ではありませんね。兄さんの高校には留学生はいませんから。
You know, I am not at all surprised that Akia already knows that there are no foreign exchange students. Akia is right. We don't have any exchange students. But why does she even know that?
それで兄さんはあのような方と一体どこで知り合ったんです？
Good way to lie about it. Just say you happen to have met Arcueid while going by a convenience store on the way home from school one day.
街で知り合ったんだよ。その偶然。
I'm pretty sure phrasing it like that is just going to get you in even more trouble.
偶然ですか。ではアルクエイドさんの方から声をかけてきたんですね。
ああ、いや、声をかけたのは俺の方だけど。
If by initiated contact you mean murdered in cold blood, she tracked me down after that, but I'm the one who started it.
どうして声をかけたんです？兄さんはアルクエイドさんとは何もないのに、それとも初めはそういうおつもりだったんですか？
Akia's interrogation is mercilessly precise. With every question, she's closing in on the truth. She's got me like a deer in headlights, and if this goes any further, I won't be able to lie my way out of it. It sucks to do it this way, but I don't have any other choice. I have to end this in whatever way I can.
ああ、もうとにかくあいつとは何でもない。大体な、俺が何をしようがアキラには関係ないだろ。どうせ形だけの長男なんだから、誰と付き合ったところで遠野家に迷惑はかけないはずだ。
It's cowardly to use being disowned as my argument, but I can't think of another way to get Akiha to back off. Akiha narrows her eyes for a moment, then takes a deep breath as she stands. That's weird. I was expecting another sharp-tongued retort, but instead she looks away.
私だってこんなことは言いたくありません。
Okay, I'm guessing that Akia is only doing this because she's worried about Shiki's safety or Shiki's reputation and not really out of any concern for the family.
ただあの人は嫌な感じがするんです。他の相手なら仕方がないと諦めます。けれど兄さんがあの人に気を許すのなら、
Oh,
なんだか私がバカみたいじゃないですか。
oh no, absolutely Akia has reasons to worry. Like, Arcueid is a nice Arcueid's nice enough, but just being even remotely near her is liable to get Shiki killed in any number of horrible ways. Yep. And how by choosing the wrong making the wrong choices earlier would have resulted in him getting impaled by ice, burned to death, etc., etc. Also, the way Akia is phrasing this makes me feel like she has some idea of who Arcueid is. For some reason, Akia bites her lip in frustration as she speaks.
どうしたんだアキラ。なんかおかしいぞお前。
もういいです。兄さんは兄さんのなさりたいようご自由になさってください。シキさん、今のはひどいですよ。
Akia exits the parlor with uncharacteristically heavy steps.
アキハ様がおかわいそうです。恋人を連れてくるのでしたら、もっと普通の人を連れてきてあげてくださいな。そうすれば、アキハ様も納得してくださったでしょうに。
Kohaku heaves a heavy sigh and chases after Akia. Hey, it's Isui. Isui sees me off when I leave the mansion. I'm a little worried about Akiya, but I don't think running after her would have helped, considering the root of her anger is Arcueid. Though I feel bad, he'll have to wait until this vampire business is over.
でもどうだろう。考えたこともなかったけど。
Is telling her everything an option? You may not believe me, but maybe I should tell her about the vampires. They do endanger all of Celia, after all.
そうだよな。例えばネットで噂話として流すとか。
I take my phone out of my pocket as I walk. It wouldn't make for the most credible source, but I could write everything I know on some message board. Any interpretation would be up to the reader. Yelling at people to try to get them to believe you will only have the opposite effect. But if it's on the net, it may at least reach urban legend status.
もしもし、そこの君、ちょっと。
I stop. Turning around? There's a sharp-dressed man I've never seen before.
俺のことですか？うん、君。だって君以外にこんな道歩いてる子いないでしょ？
He's got a point. At most, the road leading up to the Tono mansion may see a couple cars passing by from time to time. But the only ones actually walking the street are probably me and our housekeepers.
それでさ、君さ、今この家から出てきたよね。ならラッキーだよ。すごくラッキー。あ、俺じゃなくて君がね。お小遣い欲しくない？遠野家の人の話とかちょっと知りたいんだよね。
I keep my distance. It's not because his overly casual way of talking bothers me. I'm actually more scared of just how serious he is. It's like every word is carefully crafted to ensure I'll let down my guard.
あ、もしかして野じ馬だと思われてる？まあ野じ馬なんだけど、ちゃんと報酬弾むよ。特に知りたいのは、ほら、最近帰ってきたっていう長男の話。来たばっかりで写真資料もなくてさ、どんな外見なのか、好きな食べ物とか好きな女の子のタイプとか、ぶっちゃけ何に弱いのか教え。
The man hops from side to side holding his crotch.
そこの抜けた鍋かてめえ。どう見てもそいつが党の指揮じゃねえか。
Dude, just... Alright. There's a child with him? Behind the man is a boy who looks about 12 years old. He must be the one who kicked him in the balls.
マジっすか。全くブルジョワの匂いがしませんよね。
どんな匂いだそれ。金に匂いなんてねえだろ。それとも手垢の匂いってことか？金持ちはどいつもこいつも赤だらけってか。ずいぶん舐めた発言だなおい。
I mean, it's also worth noting that Shiki lived like maybe lower to, or like, I think middle class for like the past 8 years. Of course, he's not going to be wearing anything particularly expensive.
いえ、違います。成金だけ。
Actually,
一
yeah,
部の成金だけですってば。ほら、一日の半分を金勘定で浪費する氷菓子みたいな。
Oh wait, okay. I mean, like obviously, like flaunting any kind of wealth. Sorry, that's what I meant.
そりゃうちのジジイのことか。上司批判とはずいぶん太いな安藤。
What is happening? Maybe I should call the cops.
ああ、そこ。無言で110番コールしない。なんで今時の若い子はドライに無駄なことばっかりするかな。ほら、俺これ。え
I look up from my phone, already halfway through dialing the number to call the authorities. The man is holding out a black ID. It may be my first time ever seeing one, but I still recognize it as a badge.
警察手帳って、もしかして刑事さん？そうだよ。怪しいもんじゃないよ。刑事さんだよ。警視庁捜査第一課。 安藤優吾。なのにさ、昨日から門前払いでさ、こっちはちょっと話を聞きたいだけなのにアポ取れって一点張りでさ、なんで仕方なく国道で張り込みしてたわけ。
I've never seen a more suspicious detective in my life. Still, though, regardless of whether that badge is real or not, I'd like to know more about why he's been staking out my house. What should I do? I'm not really in the mood, but I'll ask him what he wants. I'll try to figure out what they're doing. Unless I find out what they're after, I won't know how to deal with them.
俺でよければ話ぐらいは聞きますけど、要件は何ですか？うん、北口駅前の火災のことだよ。ほら、当日と翌日まで現場を仕切ってた警備会社、お宅の子会社でしょ。もう引き上げちゃったけど、当日の責任者と話をしたいんだよね。連絡先とかわかる？そうだったんですか。それは知りませんでした。ですので、俺には分かりかねます。なに、長男なのに知らないの？そりゃ困った。やっぱり妹さんの方が実権握ってるわけ？どうしてそんな話を？口頭無形だとは思いますけど、あの火災の原因は党のグループの過失だとでも？そんな方針は持ってないない。ありゃどっから見ても自然発火だし。問題は別っていうか、まあ、お家の人ならバラしてもいいか。もう知ってるだろうしね。昨日さ、地下陥没の瓦礫の下からちょっと良くないというか、意味わかんないもんが出てきてね。鑑識もお手上げ状態でさ、記録だと10年くらい前に当の牧久が相場を上回る高額で買い取ったとある。そのあたりの事情聞きたいんだよね。なんで駅前の一等地を買っておいて公園になんかしちゃったのかなとか。
Yeah, they're not just looking for trouble. They are probably the trouble.
俺にはなんとも。牧久は亡くなりましたので、話はそれだけですか？いや、妹さんに取り継いでくれないの？ちゃんと身分と目的話したよね。あいにく妹は忙しい身なのでお引き取りください。話がしたいのならしかるべき手続きをしてからどうぞ。
I turn on my heel and start down the hill. Now I know what they're at. Now I know what they're after. Well, I don't know the details. There's no way I'm letting such a shady detective meet with Akiha.
おい
A higher pitched voice calls out to me. I was planning on ignoring him since he's with that weird detective, but something about the boy's voice makes me hesitate.
正義感も結構だが部をわきまえな。人間らしい死に方をしたいんならこの辺りが引き際だぜ。
なんだって？
That gets me to stop and look back. Did he say a human's death?
何が言いたいんだ？
言いたいことは今ので全部だマヌケ。これで聞かなきゃ勝手に死んでな。おら帰るぞアンド。いい加減食事時だ。ケーキ食わせろケーキ。チーズと蜂蜜たっぷりのやつな。
Man, this is one foul-mouthed kid.
仰せのままに。なんで俺日本に来てまでボンボンのおもりしてんだろうな。
Strange pair get into a car parked outside alongside the road and drive down towards the station. Looks like the mansion was under police surveillance, and they said something about the land north of the station being owned by the Tono family.
いや、ただの偶然だ。
It is not a coincidence, Shiki. It has to be. The only reason that place collapsed is because Arcueid acted before thinking. There's no connection between what happened under the station and who owns the land. I gulp down the apprehension rising in my throat. Pulling myself together, I begin my long descent. The rest of my day has been normal so far. It's fourth period, social studies. Social studies. Our teacher recites dry textbook material from the front of the room. As I listen to the lecture, I take full advantage of my window seat and stare at my reflection. I can't focus. It's not that the lesson is boring, I just can't wrap my head around everything that's happening outside of school. A fire that claimed so many lives. Vampire terrorizing our home. How can I sit in class while knowing the truth about all this? The answer is obvious. I'm abnormal. Most people would either lock themselves in their homes or run away. Yet here I am, still trying to have a normal life. Trying to convince myself that vampires aren't worth giving up the life I've led up until now. But the truth is, I feel guilty giving this up. It makes me think about that conversation I had with Gotosaiki. To put it in his terms, education is an investment in one's future. Abandoning the future for a little safety now would be getting my priorities backwards. Besides, I'm living on the Tono family's dime. I owe it to them to at least show up to school. It's not just my duty, it's my obligation. I don't know if I'm being overly compliant or stubborn. Sorry, if you hear something in the background, it's probably one of my kittens, like, playing around with something. And now I have to stop one from chewing on my headphone cord. Okay. No, Alice, the headphone cord is not for chewing. Master told me to become a person who does what he thinks is right. I intend to follow her advice. Having a normal life like this is part of that. Is part of that too. Yeah, the kittens like to... The kittens, they very much like to make... Okay, they can be pretty loud sometimes with just how fast they move around. But hey, they're actually I mean, for the most part, they're pretty chill. I actually got them their rabies shots, like, last week. And they both, like, neither of them even flinched. Like, they just let the vet, or they just, like, sat there and let the vet give them the shot. Oh yeah, no, they love getting attention. Alice likes, the only times I've been able to sleep in, like in the past couple months, were like when I visited my parents for Thanksgiving, and my mom watched over them for a bit. Because Alice will just, like, jump on me early every morning and just won't stop meowing until I get up and feed her. But yeah, they're still both very sweet. Very well behaved. I squint my eyes at the sun filtering through the window. There's only 20 minutes left till the end of fourth period. Fifth period will be my last class for today. My thoughts drift to how I'll be working with Arcueid again once night falls. The face in the window's reflection smiles back at me. I wipe the stupid grin off my face. Our nighttime patrols aren't for fun, so why am I smiling like an idiot? There's got to be a limit to my daydreaming. I've even started hallucinating about her now. I can practically see her gracefully crossing the schoolyard. Shiki, I don't think you're hallucinating. Wait, are you freaking kidding me? I lean over a little to get a better look. Careful not to interrupt class or be noticed for that matter. Please tell me that my eyes are playing tricks on me. Nope, not a hallucination. Regrettably, I'm still sane. Any way you cut it, this is reality. So the question becomes whether the vampire has gone completely bonkers. What am I supposed to do? What is she planning? Will my school life be able to survive if I leave her unsupervised? Deep breaths. Calm down. Everything's okay. The other students haven't noticed, and I don't hear any nearby classes making a fuss. Thankfully, it looks like she's only visible from this classroom. Yeah, either by the church or by Arcueid. This weapon of mass destruction. Cradling my head, I curse her with all my heart, but that isn't going to help me fix this mess. There's 20 minutes until lunch. I can't even imagine the chaos she could wreak with that much time on her hands. I'll I will save here. I love how there's just like this intense music going on. It's just Arcueid being a moron. The goddess of war favors the swift. This growing calamity needs to be nipped in the bud. I should get her out of here before she causes some kind of trouble.
先生、気持ち貧血なので保健室に行ってきます。
Hands balled into fists, I single-mindedly make my way to the door. There's no time to wait for the teacher's permission. I slip out of the room while everyone's still trying to register what happened. Yeah, she'll just... Yeah, and she literally doesn't understand. She'll probably completely not understand what is off about the situation.
そんな全力で走ってくるなんて仕切ったら元気なんだ。
I stare at her, gobsmacked. When did she get here? She must have looped all the way around from the schoolyard to the courtyard. Thank goodness there aren't any classrooms facing this direction.
でも学校って狭くてシンプルなんだね。外から見た感じ、もっと硬くて頑丈でアリ塚みたいにバーッと広がってると思ったのにな。これじゃ普通の建物だよね。うん、子犬っぽい感じで私は好きだけど。
Yeah. The final boss fight of the chapter is just getting Arcueid. Yeah, the boss of the chapter is just getting Arcueid off the school grounds before anyone notices her. I will say, her obliviousness is pretty cute.
お前、ちょっと来い。
There's no time for pleasantries. I take Arcueid's hand to start running without another word. Our destination is behind the gym, far away from prying eyes. We'll stand out too much if I lead her out the main gate. Backyard insurance is my best bet.
ちょっと、こんなところに連れ込んでどういうつもり？ここ、全然面白くない。
Arcueid isn't happy, but it's not like any part of the campus is fun in the first place.
どういうつもりか。そりゃこっちのセリフだ。お前歩く爆弾かなんかなのか。
Wait, why does she have...
爆弾って私が？
I'm sorry, where did the cat ears come from? Where did the cat ears come from?
そうだよ。それでも控えめな描写だよ。な、 なんだって昼間から歩き回ってかつ俺の学校にやってきてるんだ。お前昼間は弱くなるんだろう。傷だって治ってないよな。なら夜までおとなしく休んでいるのが吸血鬼ってやつじゃないのか。
それはそうだけど。四季が手伝ってく
Okay,
れ
she
るん
put
だし
them away, show.
昼間のうちに手がかりを見つけておこうかなって。昨日みたいに四季に無駄なことはさせられ。
それこそ余分な気遣いだっての。協力すると言った以上どんな作業だって一緒にやるんだから夜まで待っててくれよ。
Yeah, sorry. A little water went down the wrong pipe.
俺を心配させて楽しいのかお前は。
うん。ごめんなさい。
いや分かってくれればいいって。アルクエイド。
だから心配させてごめんなさい。
Huh. Immediately apologizing. I could swear I just heard my heart emit a single audible thump. Don't worry, I'm not. Don't worry, I've been through worse than a little bit of water going down my windpipe. I never thought she'd apologize. Honestly, I was expecting this to escalate. What am I even supposed to do if she's looking at me like that?
でも四季も悪いんだよ。下からずっと見てたのに私に気がついてくれないんだもの。どこから中に入っていいのかわからないし、いっそのこと四季のいるとこまで駆け上がるところだったんだから。
いや待て、駆け上がるって3階の俺の教室まで。
ええ、デコボコもあって足場には困りそうにないし飛びやすいでしょあそこ。
I take it back. She's as clueless as ever.
助かった。そんなことされてたら授業どころの話じゃなかった。
I let out a relieved sigh. She probably went mostly unnoticed out in the schoolyard.
とにかく反省したんならいい。それでうちの学校に何の用なんだよ。手がかりを探しているとか言ってたけど。
My guess is that she came here literally just to check in on Shiki.
何ってただの調査よ。
あ、
ローラー作業ってやつ。死者の気配がないんだもの。足で手がかりを見つけないとね。
それはご苦労様。今が夜だったらなお言うことないけどな。
次からはそれでこの辺りを歩いているうちに四季の匂いがして、そういえばここって四季の通っている学校なんだって気がついたらつい。
Oh, okay, so it was just an unconscious thing.
校庭に入ってきたと。猫かと思ったけど犬かお前は。
失礼ね。ちゃんと確証があったからやってきたのよ。他の場所に比べてここは死者の気配がないんだもの。どんなものか実際に見ておかないとまずいでしょ。
いやまずくないだろう。死者の気配がないんなら関係ないってことなんだから。実際学校では事件も事故も起きないし、夜になると誰もいなくなる。死者が人間を襲おうとしたら学校じゃなく街に出るだろう。
まあそういえばそうだけど。
ここに異常なんかないよ。吸血鬼の気配はわからないけど、俺だって死を見る目を持ってるんだ。死者が歩いてればメガネをつけていても異常だって気がつくし。
分かったわ。四季がそう言うんならここに異常はないかもしれない。
ないかもしれないじゃなくてないんだって実際。
Arcueid doesn't look convinced.
やば、昼休みになっちゃったか。
Now that students will start wandering around outside, our hiding spot behind the gym just got a lot less secure.
とにかくこれ以上ここにいられるとちゃんと約束は守るから、お前は早く帰って体を休めておくこと。今日の夜にも敵とやらに出会うかもしれないんだから。
ふーん、なんだか私を追い出したいみたいな口ぶりね、シキ。
迷惑じゃないけど、いろいろ頭が痛いんだよ。気に入ったならまた都合のいい時に案内してやるから、今は早く外に出てくれ。
I push Arcueid from the back. She does not have a happy. Arcueid makes to leave, though it does seem like there's a word or two she'd still like to say. Whew. The tension finally drains from my body as I sigh. I should go eat something to build up some energy for tonight. Did I just hear a sound from behind the bicycle rack? I casually walked to the shadowy section at the back. Yeah, he's basically angered at least two. Yeah, he's already angered two people that he regularly sees. So he is in a bit of a pickle. It's CL. There's no one here. It was probably just a stray cat or something. Oh. I find Arihiko in the classroom after I get back from lunch. He wasn't here in the morning, so I'm guessing he just came to eat.
Oh, Tano, hayosu!
Arihiko's got no shame, even when he comes unfashionably late. If rumors of Arcueid had spread through the school, then this guy would have definitely given me. I'm lucky that Arcueid actually went home.
Nansuka sono same kitta me.
Sorry, it's not you, Arihiko. I just dealt with something annoying.
かわいそうだけど、サイン券抜かれたら1枚10円で売られる CD なんだな。みたいな目で人を見るのやめてくれない？
10 yen CD. That's, You know what? I might steal that. I might steal that comparison.
そうか、悪かった。ちょっと一悶着あって疲れててさ、つい本音を隠しきれなかった。次から気をつけるよ。
マジっすか？でも隠すべきは今の発言の方ですよ。
Arihiko chatters away as he walks over to his desk and right past it toward the class's rear exit. This guy's actually gonna eat lunch and then dip.
じゃ、今日も一日ご苦労さん。俺はネット越しにたくさんの仲間とちょっと世界を救ってくるわ。
Dude's definitely just gonna go play some MMO. Arihiko heads for the door with a grin. Before he leaves...
なあ、北口駅前が物騒だって前に言ってたけど、それ以外にヤバめなところって言えばどこだ？
I throw out the question on a whim.
なんだい突然に。北口デパート並みにヤバめなスポットなんてそうそうねえぞ。強いて言うならあれか？串塚の廃病院じゃねえか？2年前までヤンキーどもの集会場になってたものの、今じゃ誰も寄りつかなくなったっていう。
Interesting.
串塚って2駅隣のか。でも廃墟が物騒なのは当然というか、普通誰も寄りつかないだろう。
いやだからさ、誰もいなくなったんだよ。ある日を境にぱったりと。そのヤンキーどもの姿がな。30人近い行方不明者ってことで、今でも捜索願いが出されてる。
30 missing person cases.
ま、こっちは階段レベルの話で、北口みたいな暴力沙汰じゃねえけどな。今じゃ不老者も住み着かない行政の不良債権みたいな場所だよ。
Our homeroom class is having a surprisingly difficult time deciding what to do for the school festival next month. Turns out that the girls and boys are split, so we decided to delay our decision to next week. After-school activities are cancelled, and all students are leaving early.
さて
There's no point spacing out in the classroom. What should I do? Yeah, probably not a good idea to immediately go to the abandoned hospital. Areiko's story piqued my interest, but ultimately we're talking about a dump two whole stations away from Soya. Doubtful it has anything to do with the vampire that's terrorizing our town. I'm not exactly in the best shape either, so I'll just head back to the mansion and wait until night falls. And I probably just avoided another dead end. I arrive back at the mansion. Sun still hasn't set, which means Akiha likely isn't home yet.
アキハ今朝から怒ったままだろうな
Okay, depending on the result for this one, I will, actually, I think I might record the, other result later and post it. This would be far from the first time I've angered her, of course. I've been nothing but trouble since I came back. I'd like to tell her what's going on, but there's no way she'd believe this vampire stuff. Guess there's nothing left except to keep playing the part of the good-for-nothing brother.
お帰りなさいませ、四季様。
Hey, Hisui.
ただいま翡翠わざわざ出迎えてくれてありがとうアキハはまだ帰ってきてない
はい。今夜は特別遅くなるとのことですので、ご夕食は四季様をお一人で済ませるようことづかっております。
Huh. I wanted to at least give some kind of excuse for it before. I'll just head back to my room and rest then.
四季様。
何翡翠
Hisui casts a fleeting glance over the lobby before continuing.
つかぬことをお伺いしますが、四季様は今夜もお出かけになるのでしょうか。
Hisui looks me straight in the eye. She's seen right through my plan, though that doesn't surprise me. Hisui already knows that I've been leaving my room at night. It's only natural for her to assume I do it again. The problem now is how I respond to this question. As a servant, she wants to know what time I'll be home, but telling her is the same as telling Akiha. My response needs to be well thought out. I'll tell the truth. I'll tell her the truth. Even if I lied, I wouldn't be able to keep the truth from Hisui or Kohaku for long. So I may as well let her know I'll be out tonight.
ああ実はこれから何日か夜は出かけることになるでも誓って悪い遊びをしているわけじゃないアキハには嫌われる一方だろうけど途中でやめることはできないんだ
That's right. There's a dangerous, mysterious vampire terrorizing our city, and Arcueid is the only one who can do something about it. Above all, Soya is my home. I can't just ignore what's going on.
翡翠にも迷惑をかけるけどしばらくは見過ごしてくれると助かる0時になったら帰ってくるから玄関の鍵だけ開けておいてほしい
私たちに理由は話せない。
そうだごめんな翡翠だらしないやつだと思って今は何も聞かないでほしい
いえ、四季様は私の主人です。主人をだらしない方と蔑む使用人はおりません。
Hisui speaks dispassionately, her face as blank as ever. That's all there is to that, I guess. I nod my head, Hisui, and start up the lobby stairs.
お待ちください。
I pause. Hisui calls out to me, her muted voice like never before.
その差し出がましいことなのですが。
Hisui clenches her hands as she looks over towards me.
四季様さえよろしければ夜に出かけることを。
それって口裏を合わせてくれるってこと？
はい。夕食後明葉様をお部屋からお出になることは稀です。就寝前の見回りは私と姉さんがしておりますから、その報告を怠ってしまえば四季様のお部屋の様子は誰にもわからなくなります。
いや、そりゃ助かる。助かるけど、いいのか？明葉は二人の雇い主じゃないか。
私の主人は四季様だと申し上げたはずですが。
Hey, that's a small smile on Hisui's face. I don't know about this, but I'm suddenly very happy that I decided to tell her the truth. Not only did she listen to my crappy reasoning, but she's even offering to aid me.
ありがとう、翡翠。そうしてくれるととても助かる。
それでは今夜からはこちらのカードキーをご利用ください。明葉様の言いつけで屋敷の正門の暗証を変えたのです。こちらのカードキーでしたら深夜でも正門の鍵は外れます。
お、さすが明葉。対応早いな。
And ruthless. That was close. If I had left without saying anything, I might not have been able to get back in.
私からの提案は以上です。夜の外出をお止めはいたしませんが、どうか怪我のないようお気をつけて。
Hisui bids me farewell with a bow.
やった。
I just got help from an unexpected source. Now I can leave the mansion without worrying Akiha. Hisui is truly an angel. I return to my room after eating dinner by myself. It's almost 10 o'clock.
よし、行くか。
I pocket my knife and slip out of my room as quietly as possible. No one crosses my path along the way. Even the park is empty. People must really be afraid of the serial killer. Hey, it's her. Standing there alone is the woman in white.
四季
お、
I don't know why, but she starts yelling the second she sees me.
なんだよ。もしかして時間間違えたか？
そうもう何時だと思ってるのよ。約束の時間を10分も過ぎちゃってるじゃない。
She's getting on him for being only 10 minutes late. Don't worry, I don't think he's gonna get beaten up. I think she's just going to fuss at him. 10 minutes. I couldn't have been here at 10 even if I'd sprinted from the mansion. Though I guess Arcueid was here right on time.
ああ、悪かったよ。こっちもなんとか10時に合わせたかったんだけど、こっそり出かけるのに思いのほか手間取ったんだ。お前が携帯を持ってたら。
As convenient as it would have been to message her, the sheer absurdity of texting with a vampire pulls me back to reality.
いや、なんでもない。次からはちゃんと時間を厳守する。今回は多めに見てくれ。
もうこれから殺し合いに行くのに全然自覚がないみたいね。
She puffs up her cheeks in anger. She's not in a good mood. I wonder if it's because she got here early.
なあ、アルクエイド。何時からここで待ってたんだ？
私は起きてからすぐここに来たから、やってきたのは7時ぐらいかな。
She's been waiting here for 3 hours.
7時って じゃあ3時間以上も待ってたのか。
What was she thinking coming so early when we agreed on 10?
なんかおかしいみたい私。
Arcueid mumbles if she's a little surprised about it herself.
まあ遅れた俺も悪いけど、そっちにだって問題はあるぞ。
Yeah, I would not be able to wait for 3 hours. Wait, hang on. Something's weird with me. Oh, I got it. Arcueid's developing a crush on Shiki.
約束の時間より前に来て勝手に待たれても困る。
それとこれとは別問題でしょ。式が遅れたってことは変わらないんだから。
それはそうだけど。しかしなんだって3時間も待ってたんだ。間違えてきたにしろ、それだけあれば部屋に戻っていてもよかったじゃないか。
Yeah,
そんなの私にだってわからないわ。
yeah, given that I'm pretty sure she's mostly been like a robot for the 800 years for like, I think it's 800 years or so that she's lived before now. She probably is only now actually starting. She's probably never actually understood what a crush was.
なんとなく楽しいし、このまま式を待っていてもいいかなって思ってたらいつの間にか10時になってただけなんだから。
楽しかったってなんで。
さあ、自分にだってわからないって言ったでしょ。
Yep, she doesn't understand that she has a crush.
式に殺されたせいかしらね。私、体のどこかが壊れて治ってないみたい。自分でおかしいって思うんだけど、体のどこがどうしておかしいのか点でわからないんだもの。
I'm not sure how to respond. I can't do much except apologize. I was the one who cut her up into 17 pieces, so if something isn't right with her, it's probably entirely my fault.
まあいいわ。時間もなくなっちゃったし、無駄話をしている暇なんてないものね。
ああ、そう言ってもらえると実に助かる。
でも次も遅れるようなことになったら、その時は直接家に迎えに行くわ。
それはダメ。約束はちゃんと守る。守りますよ、そりゃ。けど不測の事態はいつでも起きるだろう。時間に遅れるなんてのはその最たるものじゃないか。なんで間違っても二度とうちには来ないように。ただでさえ秋葉に誤解されたままなんだ。これ以上引っかき回されたらマジで部屋を犬小屋にされかねない。
Yeah, Akiha absolutely has both the will, the money, and the spite to do that to Shiki.
ふん。秋葉って式に全然似てない妹さんのこと？
Your sister who looks nothing like you.
似てないは余計だけど、そうだよ。
そうなんだ。式はそんなに妹さんが怖いの？
あのな、どこの世界に妹を怖がる。
Afraid of his own little sister. I think the words would choose to bite my tongue. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of Akiha, but I do find it difficult to interact with her.
単に妹には余計な心配をさせたくないだけだよ。昔からあいつには迷惑をかけてきたから。
なるほど。あの妹さんには優しいのね、式は。
基本的に俺は誰にでも優しくしているよ。
That's a lie. That's a lie, Shiki.
最近になって例外が一人できちまっただけで。
それって私のことだ。
わかんないやつだな。今のは皮肉で言ったんだけど、褒めたんじゃなくて悪口ってやつな。
そうなの？でも私は式の例外ってことでしょ。私ね、そういうの嫌いじゃないんだ。
Okay, to be fair, he's generally at least polite to most people. Like, generally speaking, I think he's, like, polite, but not nice. Especially when he's around Arahiko, but that's just, but, at least around Arahiko, he's, but around Arcueid Arahiko, he's just more, around Arahiko and Arcueid, he just lets his guard down a lot more when it comes to how he talks. Arcueid is still smiling. It's a carefree smile, like that of a child. My body feels weirdly hot. My temperature must have gone up. She's going to overwhelm me completely if I don't take my eyes off her, so I take a show of turning my head away.
本題に入ろう、アルクエイド。昨日と同じように吸血鬼探しをするんだろ
と、そうだったわね。今夜はメガネは外さなくていいから、私の後についてきて。
We wander the dark city. Arcueid seems to have a place in mind, but because she hasn't shared anything, it almost feels like a midnight stroll.
今夜はピンポイントで見てもらうわ。まずは騒がしい方ね。
She leads us into the commercial district near the station. We traverse the sleepless city, rich and vibrant even past 10. It's a veritable exhibition of modern culture, a buffet of light and sound. The white shadow, changed after untold centuries, makes her way through the city that's painted anew, seemingly every few months. Untold centuries might be an overstatement. The phrase only came to mind because I've heard that vampires are immortal and long-lived.
シキ、あのビルを見て。6階建ての細い方。入っていく人間たちに線は見える？
普通だな。死者は出入りしてない。
外れね。次に行きましょう。はい、メガネかけて。先は長いんだからあんまり無理しないように。
Like she mentioned this afternoon, Arcueid has a good idea of where the zombies patrol. She wants to check out 6 places. The first 2 were a bust, but the third spot, a building with rentable offices, paid off. One of the security guards entered an unused office was an absolute cluster of lines. Arcueid understood just from the look on my face. She had me wait in the hall while she entered the room, exiting casually just a minute later.
ごめんなさい。ここも外れ。低級の式だった。この辺りは昨日借り尽くしたから完全に警戒されたわね。
Arcueid shrugs. She hides it well, but I sense that she feels discouraged.
何よ、ニヤニヤして。私の失敗が楽しいの？
いや、違うよ。いつも気楽なお前でも気を落とすことがあるんだなって。
それどういう意味？私だって人並みに壊したり潰したりしますよーだ。
I wish she'd phrase that as happy and sad, but that's just too tall an order for this vampire princess. We sneak out of the building and make for our next destination. It's just before midnight. We see fewer pedestrians and the neon lights begin to shut off one by one. Car tail lights pass us by. Arcueid steps in time with them, as if to follow them home. We've now investigated 5 spots to no avail, which means we only have 1 chance left. We seem to be headed to a residential area. Arcueid doesn't say anything, but I get the idea that she was saving this one for last for a reason.
しかし分かってはいたけどまだるっこしいな。足で調査するしかないなんて前時代的。
昔から吸血鬼退治は面倒なものだもの。町のどこかにある親元の棺を探し当てるんだから、そう簡単には終わらないわ。
I mean, really, any kind of hunting can be a pain. Especially, especially when a hunt is just a complete bust.
そっか、ならいい。って別に嫌がってるわけじゃないぞ。単にアルクエイドも大変だなって思っただけで。
私は別に大変じゃないよ。決められた作業だもの。手順を踏んでいけばきちんと終わるものだし。
All I can manage in response is a, huh? Arcueid is all business when it comes to hunting vampires. She'll do whatever it takes as long as it produces results. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. At this point, it's just a matter of... For them, I guess it's just like a matter of wandering around, just more or less praying that they get the right, more or less praying that they find something, or that they find some kind of lead. Just because she can leap 10 meters in the air doesn't mean she's itching to skip the legwork. Now that I think about it, it was the same when I first met her. She had fully integrated into human society during her search for vampires, even though she could have done what Vlav did if she'd felt like it.
ってなんだよ。人の顔をジロジロ見て、ちゃんと前向いてないと転ぶぞ。
やっぱりこれって不思議なことよね。ねえ、四季は私といて平気なの？吸血鬼退治とか怖くないの？
はあ？
A baffled grunt escapes my throat. She's asking me this now? Am I okay being with her? I don't even have to think about it.
別に平気かどうかなんてただの襟好みだろ。
Except you did, Shiki. Arcueid gave you a choice to back out.
俺たちは利害が一致した協力関係なんだし。そりゃ吸血鬼は怖いけど、町のためなら我慢するさ。
Arcueid accepts my answer with a faint nod. The conversation stops there. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no, that choice has long since been made. But he did make the choice. We walk through the empty streets in silence. We're far from the station now. These 2 hours haven't been very productive, but somehow it doesn't feel like we've wasted our time. Even if we didn't address the root of the problem, we've at least stopped it from getting worse for today. That must be the reason behind the strange sense of accomplishment.
でも気を使わなくていいのはいい。
I finally give voice to a feeling I'd never expressed.
四季？
だから気楽だってこと。俺はその根本的にろくでなしだからさ。
I feel truly at ease. Everything I see is broken. How I look at the world is polluted. I shouldn't be here. When I'm with her, it feels like the conclusions I've come to with these past 7 years begin to fade.
ねえねえ、それってつまり私が四季を楽しくさせてるってこと？
逆。あのな、おっかない吸血鬼と一緒なんだぞ。災難極まってるだろ。気が楽っていうのはどう転んだって今以下にはならないってことだよ。
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure Shiki's just a tsundere.
おっかないってどの辺が？
Also, Shiki, I'm not sure you're the arbiter of what's sane or crazy.
山ほどある。殺しても生き返ってひたすら追いかけてくるとか、3000度の高熱をあちちで済ますところとか、ガムテープとかビルの屋上まで駆け上がるところとか、 駅前をお釈迦にするところとか。
Okay, yeah. Okay, that expression reminds me of some of Alco's expressions from Mahoyo. Just the blank eyes and the annoyance. And you gave everything you had to protect me in the town from Blob's ice.
岩盤をちゃぶ台返しするところとか、人の体によくわかんないものを塗りつけたりとか、あと昼間に学校に来るところとか。
はい、そこまでで結構です。四季の気持ちはよくわかりました。
いいのか？
いいわよ、自覚あるから。ほんだ、どうせ私は吸血鬼ですものね。
Arcueid picks up her pace, walking briskly ahead of me.
待てってば。お前が本気になったら追いつかないぞ、俺。
Yeah, it's a lover's quarrel. They're having a lover's quarrel. I follow her, half jogging. Turns out her sixth destination was just up ahead. There it is, in the middle of the neighborhood. Typical 4-story apartment complex. Nothing out of the ordinary. There look to be 4 apartments per floor, with lights visible in most of their windows. People who live here are still awake, spending their time as they please. But as someone looking in from the outside, there's no way of knowing whether that involves any shady business. I look at the lines. The strain it puts on my brain makes me nauseous. This place seems wrong. There's nothing unusual about the lines running across the building, but it feels somehow lifeless. There's something unnatural about the brightness emanating from the interior, or from the strangely concentrated lines of death scrawled across the woman just now entering the apartment complex.
そう、やっぱり当たりね。
Instead of going to the entrance of the apartment complex, Arcueid heads down the slope leading to the underground garage. The garage is guarded by a metal shutter.
普通のマンションだけど、ここなのか、アルクエイド。
ええ、このシャッター、人よけと消臭の結界がかかってる。
There is probably going to be a fountain of blood coming from that in a moment.
あれはカメラかな。私の姿を捉えてるけど、中の死者たちにもう逃げる時間はない。
Bending down, she places her hands under the shutter. Is she really going to pull the shutter up by...
シキ、このシャッター切れる？
そりゃ切れるけど、いいのか？
ええ、私よりシキが適任。無理やり開けると警報が鳴るでしょ。
Good point. Arcueid is pretty good at keeping her cool under pressure.
シキはガレージの入り口にいて。ここが巣なら、中には10体近いアンデッドがいるはず。相手が1体だけならシキの方が強いけど、2体以上になると不利でしょうから。
別に俺はそこまで。まあいいか。わかった。
I cut along a line on the shutter. Metal meets concrete with a clatter. I peer into the pitch black through the opening I just cut.
なんだこの匂い。
A foul stench hits my nostrils. The garage reeks of rotting meat and rancid blood. I see several squirming clusters of lines within. The sound of the shutter being sliced open seems to have caught their attention. There are 22 of them. This many undead, there's no doubt that their sire is here with them too.
アルクエイド、予想より数が多い。ここが根城なんだろう。ならやっぱり俺も。
ここは根城じゃないわ。ただの食堂よ。大丈夫。起きたばっかりの節なんて虫みたいなものだし。シキはそこで待ってて。すぐ片付けちゃうから。
My brain has difficulty keeping up with the incomprehensible scene in front of me. Something so beautiful yet so grotesque. A figure skater performing in a graveyard full of decay. A throng of undead approaches their guest. She conducts a symphony of snap bones with a single swing of her arm. A cacophony of fangs clattering to find their prey. The sound of splitting flesh is somehow even within the mist of gore and white shadow, untouched by a single fleck of blood. It takes my breath away no matter how many times I see it. Of course. This corpse don't stand a chance against her. Their abilities are too mismatched, their viewpoints too dissimilar. Their very existences reside in different dimensions, as if the word unparalleled was coined for her and her alone. To Arcueid, these vampires that exist only to drink blood must be no different from humans. They're prey, and nothing more. Another current of pain runs through my brain. It's what I get for going without my glasses for so long, but I can't put them back on yet. Arcueid may have said she could take them all by herself, but there's still more than 10 of them left. It will take a lesson them in to deal with the rest of them at our current pace, but just in case something is wrong. Something's wrong. Arcueid's movements are slowing. She hasn't been injured. The zombies can't even get close to her in the first place. But even still. Her face appears to distort with pain every enemy she runs. Ah! Sorry. One of my cats just jumped on my lap with her claw. And she used her claws a bit. All of them fall to her terrible onslaught. The next thing I know, there's only one left. It shouldn't require excessive force. A zombie of this caliber ought to perish in a single slash of her claws. And yet... Perhaps seeing the fight's end, the white silhouette pulverizes the humanoid, holding nothing back. It's over. Standing center stage of the carnage is Arcueid, her breath still ragged. She finally loosens her shoulders. That idiot. I don't know what was going on in that head of hers, but she exhausted too much of her strength. She could have used a tenth of what she used just now and still finished things without breaking a sweat.
Arcueid.
I quietly call her name from the entrance.
あ、どう？見ててくれたしき。
Oh yeah, the cat, she's wondering why I've been talking so much. Yeah, now she's just sitting on my lap. Mina, you're such a good girl. Just please remember that I'm wearing like shorts right now and that you can't just jump up on my lap like that, like when I'm wearing jeans. I'm just glad I clipped her nails earlier because that would have really hurt. That would have really hurt if I hadn't clipped her nails earlier.
「今夜はこれで終わりだし、あなたの前だし、いつもより張り切ってやっちゃった。」
お前な、こんな物騒な張り切っちゃったとか初めて聞いたぞ。
S.I. She really is a troublemaker. How am I supposed to respond to the idea that she just wanted to show off to me?
まあ。確かにちょっと見とれたのは事実だ。
The cheerful mood is cut short. My thoughts cease, my mind blanks. Something strange and unspeakable draws my attention. When did it get here? Or rather, how long have I failed to see it? A panther appearing in a back alley. Flaming corpses. Dead things in the form of human beings. I've seen my fair share of abnormalities these past few days, and I've experienced a lot of things for the first time. Yet those were all based in reality. They were variations of what I know, mere extensions of common sense. This thing is different. The air it exudes is too irregular, its classification too deviant. Its very existence is born of some indecent process. It belongs neither here in Soya nor in Arcueid's world. Ugh. Shaped like a person, stenches like that of zombies. But humanoid as it is, it discarded any claim as Homo sapiens. I don't sense any respiratory functions. Can't see how it would react to light. And my instincts grasp that this beast is built to be a predator. Well, I've never seen anything like it. It does remind me of something I know. A spider. My mind is still frozen. I can't remember how to work my throat. The muscles in its abdomen flex and ripple. A massive bulging flesh is a body fat but many muscular arms. Strange fleshy tubes like writhing invertebrates. The moment I recognize it for what it is,
Arcueid!
I shout. Arcueid turns to look, sensing the aberration behind her. The monster's tentacle shoots out like a whip, cracking at the back of Arcueid's neck. It's quick, but not quick enough to catch Arcueid completely off guard. Arcueid's claws fly to meet the limb of flesh. The same claws that cut through the zombie's flesh as these scrap paper. But her rending claws are unable to sever the scourging tendril. Rather, the afflicted whip keeps its inertia, brutally lashing across the woman's back. I hear a trigger fire at the back of my skull. The zombie's an aberration. That's one thing. Its skin is unusually resilient. That's another. The zombie's on a different level of repugnance. That's yet another. More than anything else, second and third arms threaten to come down and end Arcueid's life. No way. That's stupid. She's stupid. If she hadn't pushed herself, she would never have gotten into this situation. That's ridiculous. She sent you to get cornered up against the wall. The breathing is ragged. She's taking hits even I could avoid. Thank God I'm not wearing my glasses. I probably would have broken them in anger if I was. The aberration leaps into the air, seemingly enjoying itself. Vulgar grin pulls at its lips, having found prey it wouldn't normally be able to hunt. It's my fault, it's my job, I killed her, I brought her down, but she still forgave me. Trash like me who killed her for simple pleasure, and now... Don't touch her with those disgusting things. I cut, without thought, without wasted movement, like an animal driven by pure instinct. Am I running? Is it chasing me? That's fine, there's no hesitation in my steps. A second strike for the piece, short and fast unlike the first. The equivalent of a jab in boxing. An action that maximizes speed with minimal movement. Not particularly powerful, but too fast for the eyes to register, too fast to react to. Oh yeah, Shiki's murder... Shiki's murder side is... the pure murder part of Shiki's coming out. But that's not an issue for me. If I can't dodge it, I can just cut through it. I pursue the figure in front of me, a crimson cluster of tightly packed lines of death. Without even thinking, I'm slashing a potent line. There goes its left leg, dead, despite how worried I'd been of it before. Now all I have left appears its bite, but I'm already close enough to reach. I stab the point, thrumming just up and to the right of its navel. There are no death throws. The aberration simply collapses to the ground like a mechanical doll with its batteries removed. Oh yeah, no, this wasn't normal Shiki. This was whatever murderous side of him took over when he first met Arcueid. I finally let out the breath that I'd been holding all this time. I'm surrounded by lumps of rotting flesh. The thing I killed is gone, vanished into ash. Considering the bodies of the zombies killed by Arcueid still remain, it seems that this one was indeed special. But I killed it. I snuffed the life out of the aberration without faltering for a second. My mind still won't process things properly. This was pure violence. A mad rush without a single thought spared towards lessons my master taught me, and actually fueled by the murderous rage I'd tried so hard to quell. Well, I mean, you did it against some absolutely disgusting abomination. I don't think Alco would get mad at you for that. Heck, she'd probably commend you for how quickly and efficiently you killed that thing. Regret, remorse, hatred, despair. It will all return with a vengeance once I've calmed down. But I'm fine with that. I am. As long as Arcueid is safe. This is the first time. Just now I use my power to save someone. In full control of myself and with no hesitation. I looked at... That's a typo. I looked back to find Arcueid breathing heavily, her shoulders trembling.
大丈夫かアルクエイド
I'm at her side in an instant. She holds her heaving chest like she's in pain, like a suffering animal that knows nothing but how to gasp for air.
バカ油断しすぎだあんな考えなしで暴れるから大丈夫か体の傷開いちまったのか
Her back is shivering. This is bad. For one, she's completely drenched in sweat. Worried that Arcueid's hurt herself, I lean in to take a good look in. Arcueid!
おい
This is oddly inappropriate music. I'm gonna turn up the gain for the capture card real quick. She gets smacked on the back of the head.
もう仕切ったらけだもの今のすごいちょっとすごすぎると思う
Now this is just cruel. Arcueid wasn't doubled over in pain. She was trying to hold back her laughter.
嘘泣きとかお前人間社会に毒されすぎてないかというかそうだよな心配した俺がバカだった頑丈なお前があれぐらいで痛がるはずないもんな
She's probably about to get bonked on the head.
あ、ひどい痛いのは本当だったんだからあとちょっと追い込まれていたら誰かさんに切られたお腹がまた開いていたところよ
That's not fair. No matter what I say, I'm still to blame, so I accept my defeat in silence.
はいはいわかりましたさっきのバカ笑いはどうあれお前が無事でよかったよ
My mouth opens fire before I can help myself. And after I do, she's back to wearing that usual enigmatic grin.
なんだよまだ何かあるのか
うんそれと嘘泣きじゃないよ嬉しいのも本当だって式がすごく頼りになるんだもん
My cheeks are burning. I turn away to try and counter the sudden ambush.
何どうかした式
どうもしてないちょっと暑いんでほら
What excuse? That was genuinely terrible. Though for now I can't bring myself to look at Arcueid. I bring my hands to my face to hide my burning cheeks, but it only serves to heat them more. Ah, he's blushing at being complimented by someone. I at least at the dependable part. What's with that look? What is she thinking? Is it being good at killing is something to be praised? Read the room. You're evil. A witch. And why am I still happy about it? I need to calm down. Chill out.
よし落ち着いたでこれからどうしようかほらここが敵の本拠地じゃないにしても
そうね人が来る棺の手がかりはないでしょうけど他の食堂の場所が
I can't do this. The throbbing in my chest won't calm down. My face is burning up. I'm growing more lightheaded by the second. Arcueid's voice feels like it's passing me by. But what am I supposed to do? Anyone would be smitten, being told that with that kind of smile. The pain in my head, the heaviness in my arms and legs, it's all because of
四季ちょっと大丈夫？すごい熱。あの死者、そんなに見えにくい相手だったの？
いや、そんなことはなかったけど、お前、なんか、近くない？
I can barely move my head. I'm conscious, but my brain feels like it's stuffed with cotton, completely dulling my
こ
senses.
この調査はやめて休憩にしましょう。どうせ手がかりなんて残さないやつだし、今日は食堂を潰せただけで十分よ。これだけの働きありを失ったらしばらく活動はできないし、もう自分から外に出てくるしかなくなるわ。
That might have been a bit mean from her earlier, but she is concerned. But it's nice to see that she is concerned about Shicky's safety. She pulls me away by the arm. I nod vaguely and we leave the garage and the sea of body parts within. Oh yeah, no, he is not doing okay. I have a feeling his head's about to pop like a balloon. I rest on a bench. Full feeling returns to my arms and legs after about 30 minutes. I didn't notice it myself, but it seems that staring at the aberration's lines really did a number on me. Arcueid stands in front of the bench. She's been staring at me since we arrived.
アルクエイド。めまいも消えたんだし、そのいかにも俺が悪いって顔はもうやめてくれ。そもそも、あの時はああでもしないと傷が開いたんだろう、お前。
あれは言葉のあや。あんな編集ぐらい何とでもできたわ。そんなことよりあなたの体よ。昨日の話ちゃんと覚えてる？
目を使いすぎるなって話だろ。分かってる。俺だって廃人にはなりたくない。次からは気をつける。
はあ、鈍感にも程がある。あなたに危機感を植え付けるのは難儀そうね。ま、一番身近にして最高級の死に慣れているんだから、それも当然か。ほんと、どうしてやろうかしら。一度思いっきり怖がらせてあげましょうか。
Why is she so resentful about this? Can someone explain it to me?
最高級の恐怖なら、お前に追いかけられた時のでお腹いっぱいだよ。
Shicky, I think she's just worried that your head might explode from using your eyes too much.
この目が危険だってことも、言われなくとも分かってる。
I've lived with them for 7 years now.
さっきのだって、いつもならめまいは起こさなかった。あれは単に。
I don't think it was from looking at the lines too much. I was just overwhelmed from everything with
単
Arcueid.
に、何？
単に、歩き尽くしで疲れていただけだ。お前は平気だろうけど、人間は疲れるんだよ。2時間歩きっぱなしだと。
それならいいけど、四季ってたまに自分を客観視しすぎてない？その魔眼のせいで自分嫌いになってるとか？
いや、自分が嫌いになれたら、目のことで悩んだりはしないだろう。言っておくけど、俺は自分のことも周りのことも、やけになって見たことは一度もないよ。
そうなんだ。ちょっと意外。
I'm sure it is. This is a question of dignity, of having a place to belong. Someone once said that even a person like me has a reason to live. That's why I don't want to fall into despair or hate myself. Maybe a small thing to live my life by, but it's brought me this far.
それに、この目だってそんなに悪いことばかりでもないし、裸眼でいると色々と不都合があるけど、食欲が薄れるのは手間が省けて楽だよ。もともと小食だから相性はいいと思う。
魔眼による食欲の減少と持って生まれた消化機能の関係は私にはわからないけど。
ああ、いや、ごめん。今のは冗談というか、本気で取られると恥ずかしいというかですね。
真面目な話よ。あなたの目は後天的なものと言っていたけど、それは現れるのが遅かっただけの話かもしれない。
現れるのが遅かっただけ？
ええ。超能力は突然変異体だけど、それにだって誕生する土壌が必要なの。 四季のような目を持つ先祖はいなかったとしても、似通った目を持った親はいたかもしれない。魔術師は知識と身体回路を子供に移植するけど、あなたのような異能は交配による遺伝子だけで伝わっていって、覚醒遺伝として現れる場合が多いから。
交配による遺伝子、つまり親父から？
というより、あなたの一族全体の話ね。家系の中であなただけ特別という考え方の方が不自然よ。あなたに異能があるのなら、あなたの家系すべてが特別と考えるべき。
I can't help but laugh at the question. She wants me to believe this is all genetic, that Aki or Makihisa have eyes like mine. I'm 100% positive that's not the case. I'm the only weird one in the family. Besides, without my accident, I'd never have gotten these eyes in the first place. They weren't inherited at all, more like a side effect.
でも忠告は受け取っておく。ありがとう、アルクエイド。
何？いきなりかしこまって。私、あなたにとって嫌な話をしたと思うんだけど。
嫌な話じゃなかったよ。全部俺の体を気遣ってくれてのことだったからさ。今日の学校での事前調査だって俺に無理させたくなかったんだろう。お前だって昼間は辛いのに。だからありがとう。ここまでされてやっと気がつくあたり、お礼を言える立場でもないけど。でもそういうアルクエイドはどうなんだ？腹の傷本当に塞がってるんだろうな。
Wait, the cat ears are back.
そっちはちゃんと塞がってるけど、なんで？
いや、さっき調子悪そうだったから。何もされてないのに苦しそうだったというか、イライラしていたというか。
I feel a strange sting in my chest. It's not painful. If anything, it's ticklish.
四季？
いや、なんだこれ。
Oh, it's his anemia. I stick my hand into my shirt without thinking. It's slimy. Why? My fingers are coated in something thick and sticky like paint.
なんだろう。なんか濡れてる。
I pull my hand from my shirt. From my fingers to my palm. It's slick with crimson blood. Another sting. A strange feeling again. It took me far longer than it should have to recognize that's coming from the old scar on my chest.
四季、それ。
変だな。痛くもないし傷も開いてないのに胸から血が滲んでる。
It's so red. Bright, pure, eye-catching liquid.
ああ、さっきのやつの爪がかすっていたとか。痛みはないんだし、血もこれしか滲んでこないみたいだし、気にする必要は。
Arcueid is staring at my hand. Perhaps more accurately, she's utterly fixated on the crimson liquid that covers it.
アルクエイド。
She doesn't answer. Her breathing is slow and labored. Heavy, shaking breaths like it's hurting her to breathe.
おい、アルクエイド。
I think she's moving away from him so that she can get herself away from the blood.
どうした？やっぱり傷が痛んで。
I grab her shoulder, but when I do, she quickly brushes my hand away, fleeing my concern.
クエイド。
She pushes out my name between her shallow breaths, a hint of hostility ringing through her tone.
違う。私、そんなこと思ってない。
What is this? Arcueid looks away uneasily.
どうしたんだよ。変だぞお前。体まだ回復してないんじゃないのか。
そうね。ちょっと無理しすぎたみたい。だから。
ああ。まあ どうせ今夜はこれでおしまいだって言ってたけど。
うん。また明日ここで待ってる。
She's gone before I could stop her, and going after her was never an option. Without even giving me another look, she's leaped into the night sky, like a rabbit hopping across the moon. Following the road up the hill from the residential district, I eventually reached the estate's outer wall. It's a little past 2 in the morning. My fatigue is really starting to set in now.
あいつ、あんなんで大丈夫なのかな。
Arcueid's expression when we parted steadily weighs on my mind. She didn't seem tired or in pain, but... That's strange. There's something standing there between the street lamps, where neither light reaches. Thump. The first thing I feel is terror. The situation is so unnatural, so unreal, it feels like my heart will stop. Unfortunately, I'm already used to things like this. Masking my quick impulse, I quietly take my knife in hand. Thump. My blood is flowing at double its usual speed, or perhaps that's just another illusion. It's definitely a person, but I can't see anything other than that. There's something strange about the silhouette. It's getting closer. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of hollow footsteps. Its only exposed eye is bloodshot and fixed on me. Thump. The blade of my knife is set loose. My other hand goes to the temple of my glasses. A chill crawls its way up my back like a centipede. With one final step, the figure crosses the point of no return. That very moment, the light from the street lamps vanishes with a click. Even though the moon is bright tonight, the world is plunged into darkness. Thump. My heart races as if to inform me of my rapidly approaching demise. His blade races towards my left arm near the bicep. My reason will have to catch up later. I bring my knife up to meet the flash streaking towards me, the darkness deflecting it just in time. The edges of the shadow's lips contort. Somehow, I sense it's grinning, but I can't lose focus. I need to counter this thing. Although I'm surprised, I'm also perfectly calm. Not a second has passed since this figure first came into sight. My thoughts have ceased. Time is frozen over. I don't have a moment to waste on being shocked. The clashing of our blades sends sparks flying into the night air. Though this unnatural darkness conceals us both, I can see something shining brightly within it. Distinct shimmering junctions connecting the life underneath. I deflect the relentless blade exactly how I intend to. But there's one thing that astounds me. It's that my body is able to stop these shrouded attacks so precisely, even while I'm already this exhausted. Is my opponent simply easy to read? That may be part of it, but it's not all. My arm is simply following the map of lines and points that my eyes see. And in this complete darkness, they're all I can see, so I focus on them alone. My head. It hurts terribly. My thoughts are on fire. My chest stings. My head hurts. My scar is hot. My eyes feel like they might spill from their sockets. But this feels familiar. Something like this happened long, long ago. Yes. The body of a child covered in blood. Akia bloodied and crying. My own blood-soaked hands. Metal crashes against metal. Pure instinct allows me to continue deflecting the blade. That was close. I blacked out there for a second. I won't let my guard down again, because I know where it's aiming. I can parry every strike before my mind even catches up. The reason is simple. It's aiming for my body's lines. That's why I know where it'll aim before it even moves. All I need to do is protect the line it's most likely aiming for based on its posture and timing. The second I realize my enemy's strategy, I finally speak.
お前見えて いるのか。
I know it. The figure can see the exact same thing I do. Shadow laughs in the darkness. Its bloodshot eyes stare me down mockingly, as if to say, so you finally noticed. Blood is rapidly pumped through my body. The corners of my lips rise in a confluence of exaltation and fear. I see. They were on equal terms. If either one of us hits their mark, it'll be over. That doesn't matter to me, not anymore. So what if any of its cuts could kill me? If that was enough to scare me, I wouldn't be alive right now. Think of that sheer cold I endured before. Love was far more impressive. This thing doesn't compare to a vampire like that, even if it might be the one Arcueid's after. All things considered, I have the upper hand. Attack, attack. I'm taking the offensive. The figure is giving up, but it's forced to dedicate everything to matching me. I can win. I don't know who this is or where they came from. What I do know is that I'm cornering them. Goosebumps form off my skin. My heart races with the feeling of power. I can win. I'm stronger. I'm stronger. If this thing is going to kill me, then I'll just kill them first. I deflect my opponent's attack, disarming them. Step forward, thrust of the knife, bared like a fang at the now unprotected lines before me. But something's odd. Why don't I feel any hesitation? The street lamps flicker back on, rousing my mind from its feverish state. There's no one in front of me. Shadow engaged in battle wasn't there. It's been flung against the estate's outer wall, held by a long, thin object. I struggled to make sense of the situation. The figure that attacked me, a man apparently, was run through with a rod-like object that flew in from the side. The impact must have flung him against the wall. No human could survive something like that. That thing isn't human. His voice is hoarse. The man, his gut skewered, wheezes as he glares at the night sky. I keep my distance as I follow his gaze, and there... Hey, Noelle! I see a familiar figure standing atop the streetlight.
ノエル先生。
She's dressed like a nun. In her right hand she holds a narrow-bladed sword. In her left an absurdly massive halberd. I recognize the shape of the former. Or to be more exact, part of my brain remembers it having entered my field of view. On a subconscious level, I know that's one of the swords that saved me from Vlov's icicles. Our eyes meet. She shoots me a smile, and the next moment, she launches her swords at the shadowed figure. As she says the words, light bursts from the swords. I can hear the air shift as she readies her halberd. She readjusts her grip and leaps down from the light, aiming for her target. A man cries out as flesh and bone are severed. The shadow-like substance surrounding him is dispersed by Noelle's implement of war. The man, shadow and all, begins to dissolve, just like the aberrant zombie I fought in the garage. He stares me down as his body fades away. His black, bloodshot eye exudes hatred, as if he were cursing my very existence. All I can do is stare, dumbfounded. The man fades with the shadows that surrounded him, erased completely from this world with no evidence he ever existed in the first place. Thank you, Miss Noelle. All that remains are the sounds of wind and chirping insects. It feels just like any other night now. It's like the entire world is pretending that the man who screamed his heart out never existed. Meanwhile, I've been left with an equally strange person.
こんばんは。この国の夜は安全だと聞いていたけど、この辺りは物騒なのね。ちょっと散歩していたら、吸血鬼みたいな化け物が可愛い教え子に襲いかかっているんだもの。 それともあなたの周りが特別なのかしら。当の四季君。
The woman turns to face me. She smiles with obvious unbridled hostility. There's no mistaking it. It's none other than our school's latest substitute
ノ
teacher.
エル先生っていいんですか？
Yep. I mean, probably going to see him again later.
そうね。先生って響きは悪くないけど、ここは学校の外なんだし。先生は外した方が何かと気が楽よね。
Her footfalls reverberate in my ears. Noelle's getting closer. The halberd in hand and an unsettling smile plastered on her face, she approaches. I take a defensive stance.
無駄だってな。
Noelle leaps at me the second I ready my knife. The difference in reach between our weapons is far too great. Faster than I can think to react, she swipes at my side with the butt of her pole arm. My head spins at the overwhelming impact. The attack must have sent me flying over a meter through the air. I brace myself, ignoring the pain from the initial blow. My back hits the asphalt and I'm able to absorb some of the shock, but Noelle's already there.
ダメよ、四季君。敵を前にしてあからさまに身構えるとか、もう甘すぎてにやけちゃう。私、臆病だからつい本気で打ち込んじゃったけど、まだ生きてる？
Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks, Noelle. Nice new scar, I guess. I brought my arms under me to try and stand up. But Noelle steps down on my chest with a heavy boot.
はーい。おとなしくしていてね。義理もなければ恋人同士でもないんだし。下手に暴れるとその首、ボキッと潰しちゃうぞ。
I glare up at Noelle from the ground. I don't understand what's happening in the slightest. All I know is that this woman honestly wants to kill me.
あんたも吸血鬼だったのか？
なんですって。今吸血鬼だって言った。私があんな怪物と一緒だって言ったわけ。
Her boot presses harder on my chest. She's seriously mad at the mere insinuation she might be a vampire.
首筋に進行なし。靴に染み込ませた聖水にも拒絶反応なし。ついでに言うと、私好みのファニーフェイスにも変貌なし。はい、異端審査終了。だっていいわよ、どうの四季君。
The boot on my chest is finally lifted. Now free, I stand myself up and try to get my breathing under control. I'm hurting all over, but I think I got off with only some light internal bleeding.
はいこれメガネ。落とし物には気をつけなさい。
So wait, she went that hard on just... She went that hard on just making sure he's not a vampire?
そうですか。そっちの横槍で落としたものですけど。
I take my glasses from Noelle and place them back where they belong. Now then, what's going on?
とまあ、美少年が一人で出歩くと、こんな風に危険がいっぱいなわけ。忠告がてら脅かしちゃったけど、勢い食べちゃうところだったわ。
She laughs like she made a little mistake. I'm at a genuine loss for words.
あれ？何そのノーリアクション。私たちのこと、あの吸血鬼に聞いてないの？聞いてないのね。あ、そう。私みたいな雑魚は眼中にないってわけ。まあいいけど、私も話題になんかされたくないし。いいわ。パパッとレクチャーしてあげる。簡単に言うと、私は町を守る正義のお姉さんみたいな。あのクソ吸血鬼どもから人間社会を守る影の組織とかかっこよくない？
She laughs as she speaks, which makes it difficult to judge how serious she's being. As dubious as her explanation was, it does remind me of something.
教会の代行者ってやつですか？
ええ、その代行者。四季君は無神論者でしょ？だから実感は湧かないだろうけど、私たち教会は主の皆のもと、 人の良き営みを守る意志がある。たとえそれがこんな末法の国でもね。ある日突然転任してきた魅惑の美人教師はその実教会から派遣された正義のエクソシストだったってこと。
An exorcist, someone who purifies demons. I don't know if vampires count as demons, but it doesn't seem like she's lying.
わかりました。いきなりのことで信じられませんけど、信じます。どうあれ、これで2度目ですし。危ないところを助けてくれてありがとうございます。
2度目？ああ、そういうこと。でもまあ今回は違うわ。たまたま危ないところに出くわしたんじゃなくて、私最初から君を狙っていたんだし。
最初から。
さあ、君が屋敷を出た時からずっと尾行していたの。私のお仕事は吸血鬼の殲滅だもの。その吸血鬼に従っている人間が。
Her logic tracks, but she's missing some important context. I'm not following Arcueid's orders, and besides, she's a good vampire. We're both trying to save the city.
それは。
まあ本当なら真っ先に吸血鬼の方から殺してるんだけど、相手はあの怪物でしょ。私一人じゃ返り討ちだし、師匠は上司に飛ばされちゃったし、仕方なく小さい方の獲物に網を張ってたわけ。ええ、あの怪物が狂犬なら四季君はプリッとしたエビちゃんね。吸血鬼にしろ私たちにしろ美味しい獲物なのは間違いなし。でもなんか様子が変だった。ここ数日君を監視していたけど、無理やり従わされてる雰囲気じゃないし、血も吸われてないでしょ。ねえ四季君、あなたなんであんな怪物と一緒にいるの？
I burrow my brow and swallow the words in my throat. It's not the way Noelle asked the question that bothers me, it's that she asked it at all.
おやだんまり。君は吸血鬼の仲間になりたいのかな？定番だけど永遠の命が欲しいとか？
The question catches me by surprise. I never even considered that, but I guess it would be a natural reason to seek out friendship with a vampire.
いや、
That isn't possible with Arcueid. I mean, she doesn't drink blood, and she doesn't create new allies or grant people abilities. That sort of offer wasn't even on the table.
違うの？ならどうして？
そんなの決まってる。自分たちが住んでいる町のために吸血鬼を借り出す協力をしているだけです。
I stare intently into her eyes. I'm not interested in going back and forth against her, but I won't sit here and let her say whatever she wants about Arcueid and me. I tell her as much with my gaze alone.
そう。君が噛まれていたなら、そんなザレ言と一緒に手足ぶった切って置物にしてるところだけど、残念ながらただの人間には手出しできないものね。今のは聞かなかったことにしておくわ。
Noelle turns around and begins walking away. She seems unable to accept the idea of fighting on the same side as the vampire, but at least she's calmed down a little. Or maybe my answer just made her lose interest.
ああ、でも忠告。さっき最初から君を狙っていたと言ったけどね。あれ、もっと深い意味なの。この町に救った人は数年以上前から根付いているわ。私の師匠の言うことには審査のように昨日今日やってきたわけじゃないんだとか。吸血鬼は外から来るものばかりじゃない。案外身近なところにいて何十年も前から潜伏しているケースのが多いの。それも町で一番力のある権力者の家にとかね。わかる？自分たちの町を守るとか言っていたけど、そんな曖昧なくくりじゃなくて、君は自分の身を守った方がいいってこと。
それはどういう。
だってそうでしょ。さっきの不死は君を狙ってきたんですもの。吸血鬼を殺して回る神祖じゃなくて、ただの人間である君をね。命があったらまた会いましょう。当の四季君。
With that, the woman dressed like a nun walks away. As she does, she tosses her gaze to a street lamp. Maybe I'll jump up there and hop my way home all cool like. Nope, not happening. Oh, hey, Jerry. What's up? As if I can make a jump like that without running start. Like, if I could, I wouldn't even be human. I'm going through it for the first time. I'm currently on, I think, yeah, chapter 8 of Arcueid's route. Her thoughts blatantly apparent. Noelle continues on down the road, her polearm in hand.
あれはあれですごい人っぽいような。
Yeah, this is the first time playing the game. I'm enjoying it so far. Like I'm enjoying it so far. It's pretty good. I'm almost taken aback. As if uttering that comment took the last of my remaining strength, my knees give out from under me and I slump against the wall.
狙われたのは俺だって。
It's not unfathomable. I am cooperating with Arcueid after all. That's not right. I don't know what the real reason is, but I have a feeling that isn't it. Hi, Hi, Elliot. Very... My vertigo returns with force now that my adrenaline has faded. With one hand against the wall for support, I make my way to the main gate. My chest hurts. I need to get to my room while I'm still conscious before my body completely gives out on me. I can worry about the rest later. But the gate is much farther than I thought. As my headache begins to ease, tension abandons the rest of my body. My back's still up against the estate's outer wall. I watch as I drift off to sleep. Uh-oh! Oh, no, the chapter just ended. Hi. Unfortunately, y'all arrived just as the stream was about to end because I usually do like one chapter per stream because these chapters can get to like these chapters are usually like minimum an hour and a half, but can get up to like 2.5 to like 3 hours. But hey, I'm probably going to do the next chapter, like, I think I'm going to do the next chapter, like, next Monday. So, if y'all are free, you can still come by and check the stream out. Or check out on Monday. But yeah, this game is really good so far. Yeah, this game is really good so far. It's kind of... there are some things about it that put me off a little, that I find... that are just a little weird, at least my sense. But in general, I'm really, really enjoying the game. Arcueid's absolute... yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, Jerry. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be playing this again next Monday. But hey, it's still, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end the stream here. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later. Take care.